Hello everybody. Um, I'm just going to give you an update on the plants. Um, I have a lot more light now. Um, so this helps with fighting off the Imperial Guards or whatnot. Um, I added these lights for my fish tank. I can't even look at these things; they're so bright. Let me just put this down there. So I noticed that this area right here, um, although it was over top of the plants were not getting any light in that area. So I'll usually have this on one side of the container so that the plants on that side will actually get some light. And part of the reason why, well, these guys are really skyrocketing, and it seems to be the peppers that really do it. So you can see right here, this one guy, there's the jalapeno pepper. I was calling it habanero peppers yesterday, but it's jalapeno. Let me go get a chair. Alright. Standing on my knees just to talk to you guys is a little painful. And I have shorts on, so hard floors and knees do not go well together. So this guy was going so high, I thought maybe he was getting a legging kind of thing. At least that's what I think that's a thing. I've seen people talk about it. Nobody claims they're professional anyway, and I don't claim to be one either. So, I just take it as it is. I think that's what happened with the basil plant with the click and grow. So here's the click and grow, and this basil plant just skyrocketed. I actually had to clip him because he was so tall. And once I clipped him, everything else started growing up much better. So I thought maybe that was a problem, that they were skyrocketing, or they're getting those legs because they needed more light. So that's why I put more. I first started out with this guy over top of the container, and then I put the fish LEDs on top of the thing. So yeah, but everybody seems to love light. I can't stand looking at it, but they can. My chives are starting to grow, so let me see. You can see the little, right there's my chives. This is the cilantro. Nothing with the green bell peppers yet. No parsley yet. That should be the parsley. I have a map of my garden here. Yeah, so parsley, and then the chives. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of green there. One of the basil plants is not coming up yet, and based on my calculations, you have less than a 50% chance of a seed germinating. It's just that all three seeds decided they didn't want to germinate in that one area. The jalapenos, these guys were about a third the size yesterday, and they jumped up. Yeah, so, and then there's the oregano. The oregano doesn't seem to have taken much of a hit due to my mess up the other day trying to put it into something else. Yeah, I have everything, all my lights. I have 4 different lights now hooked up to one timer, so everything goes on and off at the same time. The basil plants, or the click and grow, the basil plant's turning a little bit green on the leaves, or not green, yellow, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you can see that, but or if the color's showing up well, but this seems yellow, this seems yellow. They're starting to get a little brown on the edges. So, and then these have a lot, the lemon balm. The lemon balm has a lot of black tips as well. But man, I love the smell of that stuff. And anytime I bump into the plant, it gives off this odor that's just really fragrant. It's nice to smell. The time's kind of wandering around a little bit, or it's starting to like creep around. So I'm wondering about why the growth has changed, or why it's turning yellow or getting brown on the tips. And it's not a lack of water. Maybe the light isn't bright enough. I don't think that's the case. So I did start jumping into the whole hydroponic supplies thing. So I have a pH kit coming with a test, and then 2 bottles to increase or decrease the pH. I also got a set of the nutrients to seedlings, bloom, flowering, whatever, along with something a lot of people use for, it has a big tomato on the thing. It's for tomatoes, but everybody uses it for everything else besides tomatoes. So it's like they use this in addition to those 3. So I have that coming. Nutrients are coming. I got some of the clay stone medium that you put around your plants, and then I can't recall if I got rock wool, but I did get the baskets. So the mesh baskets are coming. I need a container to put them in, and then I do have some grow lights that are coming. I think in April. Whenever you order something from China, even if it's on Amazon, you're waiting like a month and a half, or you're pretty much guaranteed a month and a half. It could show up a week. You don't know, but yeah, apparently it's been shipped. So I'm just gonna keep reading up on this stuff and looking at videos and looking for things I can use for this thing. In other news, let me turn off this timer, or put it back on the timer. In other news, I've been working on the robot, and I'll go over here, and it's nighttime, and I usually don't keep too many lights on. So yesterday, this is pretty much as far as I got with the robot yesterday. There wasn't much development on it, mainly because I was running into a few problems. So one of the main problems is I'm using this for my motor drivers. They wanted a specific microchip, and you know, I already have the drivers that came with the motors, but there's not really a place to put them on here. I also have the problem with my battery holder doesn't match up to what their specifications were. And the other thing is my battery holder, the batteries that I have, these are Ultrafire 3.7 lithium ion. So I have 2 of these, which are, was it 7.4? Yeah, 7.4, plus each one has 4,500 milliamp hours. So that's a lot of power. You'll find these in Teslas and laptop batteries. If you open up a laptop battery, you'll usually find something like this. And it's very lightweight, which adds an extreme plus. This is awesome for robots when you're considering weight. So I was taking a lot of that into consideration, and I started redesigning a robot yesterday. Yesterday I just got all the parts into a CAD program. It's called Tinkercad. It's free. It's online. You know, and I build a lot of stuff on there. It's It is so simple. It's ridiculously simple. No, but I got all the parts made up yesterday so I could visually lay them out. And then today I started building up the frame for this robot. And my main goal was to have a place to put all these parts that I have, and then also make it so that I can print just one piece. I don't have to screw all this stuff together. You know, I have screw here, 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 here. When you have the screws, you're adding weight. Also, the screws I have are not the right sizes, and they're all sticking out of the bottom. Look at that. They're all, you can see them. So basically what was meant to happen was these were supposed to be like inset screws. And let's just not go into it. I had problems just screwing this thing in. I didn't realize the size of the screws that they were going to use. Yeah. So anyway, I have a brand new frame that I have that I'm going to print out on the weekend. Saturday I'll start printing it. Right now it's going to take an hour and a half to print it with a little over 4 meters of plastic, which I don't know, what is that, 4 yards? Who knows? 12 feet? I think it's somewhere around there. 4.19 meters, 33 grams of plastic. Who knows? Anyway, that's going to be fun. I got the frame print figured out, built up today. There's still a few changes I want to make. When I first put this frame into my 3D printer program to say, hey, this is how much material you'll need, it wouldn't lay down. It was actually too big. So my fix was just to rotate it 45 degrees. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I gotta find my mouse. So this is what it looked like. It was all gray, and I couldn't do anything with it. So I actually had to. I thought it was horrible. I couldn't print it out until I did that, and because I have that space, I can do it. I guess it's common sense. I just wasn't thinking about it. I also have the robot. You can see it with all of its parts. Here it is. So you can see like the stepper motors here. There's the servo motor. The two boards are right there for the drivers. It's a little tray for the Arduino Nano. Here's my battery tray. Like everything, I'm not sure if, so everything just sits in there against gravity. So you have grooves up here for the motor. You have grooves for the boards, the grooves for the servo, and the Arduino just sits in a tray there. And I think with some stuff, if I really need to tie it down, I have zip ties. If the battery needs it, I have zip ties. And then I have this area here, that circle has to be absolutely in the center of the axle, because this thing's going to turn at an angle exactly where the pin's at. So I am pretty excited about getting that done. You know, I thought the robot was going to be very simple until I realized the parts that they needed weren't exactly what I had, and the battery pack didn't match up. So I'm going to be in a better place with this. And wheels I have to think about. I'm thinking about making something that makes use of rubber bands, or this stuff, which is just rubber cement. Or I might look into some tank treads that I have upstairs. When I took a look at that robot that I was working on, and I was a little bit surprised to see the programming of it. of how it knows where to go. And it's mainly, if you've ever played with Logo on the old Apple IIs, it was like a, or if you had the Atari 400 or 800, there was a program called Pilot, where you just tell the cursor to move, turn an angle, move. So that's what this is. It's very simple. So I'm just gonna have fun figure out how to make sure of the accuracy is spot on for moving, and the angles. So angle left, angle right. So that's gonna be fun to figure out once I get to that stage. But I'm not there yet. I just finished up the design. This weekend I get to print out the model and assemble everything together. And then, you know, the next step is to actually see it in action. So that's always good. All right, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm just gonna stick with that and go run with it.